Malone cracked his knuckles as he glanced around at his people. I recognised some of them from the rescue, but most of them were unfamiliar. Their scowls, on the other hand, I was slowly becoming used to them.
"We're ready for you to return."
Joe extended his arm towards me.
"To plead your case regarding the hybrid witch."
My insides quivered as I watched the men and women who surrounded us, each casting a disapproving eye towards Malone. Anyone would think Malone was the omega of the pack.
"Fine."
My mate's voice was tight as Lionel and Henry came closer, their hands elongating into wolf paws.
"There's no need for that. We'll come willingly."
Not for the first time, confusion twisted my brain. Where had my strong alpha male gone? Why was he being so submissive? Geez, I needed a lesson in wolf hierarchy. Stepping aside, the men gestured for us to walk. I followed Malone, jumping when he reached back and took my hand. The fizzle that shot through my fingers almost made me rip away. The wolves stayed close by, their gazes watching our every move as we trod through the wood and out into the field that led to their camp. My hair was ratty, the strands almost matted from sleeping rough every night. I didn't want to have to face those who despised me looking so rough, and yet I wouldn't have a choice. Rochelle's red hair was visible to the side of us as we marched toward the camp. I slunk my gaze towards her, surprised to see that she was clenching and unclenching her jaw as she stared at our joined hands. Surely she wasn't still jealous. Didn't the mating bond eradicate everyone else?
"Don't say a word,"
Malone hissed under his breath. Pulling away from him, I wound my arms around myself, preferring to keep behind the wall he'd built between us. The bastard had muttered hardly any words the last week. What made him think I would bow down to his demands? He side-eyed me, a frown tugging his eyebrows low. Oh, so it was okay for the pack to dictate to him, but I had to be a good little witch? Wolf. Oh, fuck. Whatever.
"You have 1 hour to shower and change,"
Lionel announced, pointing towards a huge cabin. Inclining his head, Malone placed his arm over my shoulder, pinching my skin in warning as he marched me across the camp. The others swept away, presumably to start a stopwatch and time us to the dot. Why had it taken almost the whole pack to escort us? Once inside, I headed straight for the bathroom without acknowledging the alpha. As pissed as I was with him, I didn't want him seeing how rough I looked under the soft, warm lights of the cabin. Stripping as quickly as I could, I wasted no time in drowning myself in the shower, fully enjoying the warm water and bubbles that softened my hair. Emotions threatened to burst from me, pulling on my heartstrings. However, I shut them down, too numb from a week of being isolated from both Malone and my brother. A thump on the door made me jump. Malone thrust in just as I emerged from the shower, my soaking hair sticking to my back. "What are you doing?"
"You weren't answering me. I thought—"
His dark chocolate eyes raked over my figure, his throat bobbing as he swallowed. Reaching for a towel, I slowly wrapped it around myself, refusing to let his intensity intimidate me. I had no idea where he thought I could escape to, although it had been tempting to try and run several times. "The bathroom will be free momentarily." Malone ducked his head, his hooded gaze lifting to caress my face. He hadn't looked at me with desire once since we'd mated. But now, the flick of his tongue on his lips sent a dart of lust tingling between my legs. Shit, it was still there, that strong pull to wrap my legs around him and never let him leave. Reversing out of the bathroom as our breath grew heavier,